Running includes so many different forms of next level will, whether it's the will to train for an event 4 months away, whether it's the will to push through a run where you're really hurting, or the will to get up and go on a run on a day you just don't want to. Doesn't matter what kind of sneakers you have or gels. It's all about will. The leg was actually interesting because the story there started the year before. Started experiencing some pain sort of on the left hip. The pain would move from the hip to the groin. It was painful enough that I had to stop running for a little bit. I went to the doctors, MRI'd it, CAT scanned it, x-rayed it. Couldn't really see anything, so I assumed it was muscular. So I actually missed that year, that Boston Marathon. Eventually it healed up, felt good. Well, the next year, about a week before the race, started feeling a similar pain on the right hip. I'm operating under the premise that it's just muscular like last year. So, show up in Boston, start running. I'd say on a pain scale of 1 to 10, I probably started the day about a 2 or a 3. Wasn't terrible. Took a couple extra Advil. It was fine. But at mile 20, I'd say we went to like a 6 or a 7. Like just really quickly, it just got really painful. But you have your adrenaline going from running, the crowd. Still not thinking it's anything more than a muscle ache, but it's painful. But what are my options here? Stop? I mean, it wasn't that bad. So then we get to mile 24. Mile 24, historically at the Boston Marathon, is where a lot of the Griffin's friends, families, and volunteers, and fans, and parents, and siblings, and all that would gather on the route. So having that 24 a couple miles before the end to look forward to is a really good thing. But on that day, stopping for a little bit to connect with people ended up being pretty hard for me because those few minutes took the adrenaline down quite a bit. So when I left mile 24, it got bad. It got to a point where the last mile, I was kind of running like this, dragging that back leg. Yeah. As soon as I cross the finish line, the adrenaline starts to come down and I can't walk. I can't put any weight on the leg. So I went to the hospital and comes back in and says, well, I figured out why you have pain. It was you broke the neck of your femur. Yeah, I had 3 pins put in the next day. I ran a mile 30 days from the surgery. Yeah, it's worked out well. Never had a problem with that side again. Gets achy every once in a while in the rain.
Storms are coming in. Better get on inside.
Sets off some TSA alarms every once in a while, but other than that, yeah, pretty wild adventure.